Beneath the veiled mists of the northern seas, the remnants of dragons long past sprawled across the land, and the air carried a weight that pressed upon the soul. Helian Shinshui's voice cut through the silence, sharp as a sword's edge. According to the deduced records of our ancestors, this is the backbone of the alternative dragon. Her words trembled with awe, for the backbone was the spine that connected all life to its strength. More vital than the skull, more sacred than any other bone, it was the axis upon which the heavens and earth had once balanced. Ling Han reached out, his palm resting upon the colossal tree-like structure. The bone beneath his touch shimmered with a translucent white glow, ancient yet unbroken, as though it had withstood countless millennia unscathed. Yet despite its enduring form, the aura of the dragon, the unmistakable might that could suppress even the strongest cultivators, had long since dissipated. Not a single trace lingered to mark the presence of an elite. Helian Shinshui's eyes narrowed. Do not be careless. Though its might has faded, ascend to a certain level and its intimidation persists. The higher you climb, the fiercer its latent terror becomes. Before their eyes, the warning became flesh and bone. A figure plummeted from the heights above, striking the ground with the force of a collapsing mountain. In an instant, the body shattered, scattering like fragments of porcelain. He was of the sea race, yet not of true dragon lineage, a prodigy among the willow octopus. Even the legendary resilience of his kind could not withstand this crucible. The essence of death claimed him without hesitation. Another fell, half his skeleton splintered, blood erupting like twin crimson pillars, soaking the earth beneath him. With gritted teeth, he forced his origin power to mend fractured bones, consuming alchemical pills in fervent desperation before settling into a cross-legged meditation to refine the healing effects. Ling Han's gaze swept over the immense structure. The spine seemed endless, and surely countless more would meet similar fates, unseen within the limited scope of mortal sight. Do you wish to enter the Black Tower? He asked Helian Shunshui. A flicker of displeasure crossed her face. Humph, do you look down upon me? Yet she was the shining pearl of the North Sea, her prowess unmatched by most, and perhaps rivaling even Ling Han himself. A serene smile curved Ling Han's lips. I care for you, that is all. I merely wish to allow a moment's rest. No need. Helian Shunshui ascended without pause, her speed unmatched, racing upward 300 meters in a heartbeat. Yet even she soon felt the oppressive weight of the spine's ancient terror. Hu Niu, let us follow. En! Hu Niu's reply was crisp and resolute, and together she and Ling Han surged upward. The higher they climbed, the more the pressure emanated from the bone tree. No wings, no flight. Only their strength and grip would carry them against the intimidating aura that whispered of ages past. Unfazed, Ling Han and Hu Niu transformed into streaks of lightning, climbing as if propelled by the storm itself. Helian Shinshui matched them, her genius and mastery of the thunderclap ninth heaven allowing her to ascend alongside them, her aura a gleaming lance of determination. 2 hours passed, and the path became crowded with climbers. Some focused solely on the ascent, others foolish enough to attempt resistance. Ling Han showed no mercy to the latter, shaking down those who could not command their hands, leaving their fates to chance. Slowly, the climb demanded more of their energy, the dragon's latent might rising, pressing even Ling Han and Helian Sunshui to sweat in its invisible grip. Yet Hu Niu remained untouched by this oppression, her confidence unshaken as she darted effortlessly, urging Ling Han onward with practiced ease. They reached the upper two-thirds of the spine, the path treacherous and unpredictable. Ling Han pondered the possibilities of ambush. One could block the entrance to the third floor with a circle of thousands, yet even then, only cultivators at the zenith of heaven tier could hope to resist his and Helian Shunshui's combined prowess. Hu Niu's immunity rendered such schemes meaningless. Finally, after 2 more hours, the trio emerged at the apex, stepping into the third floor of the ghostly dragon cave. The landscape transformed, jagged crimson rocks stretched in all directions, a sea of fire and blood under a silent, oppressive sky. Everywhere the eye could see, only crimson existed, punctuated by the hardy dragon's blood grass growing in the cracks. Dragon's blood grass thrives even here, Helian Shunshui noted, excitement in her voice. Treasure was never too abundant, and their path could not linger. True dragon's tooth awaited, the ultimate prize of this perilous ascent. Ling Han's eye of truth swept the terrain, ensuring no detail, no small or hidden boon escaped his notice, guiding their path swiftly yet cautiously. Days passed, yet the cave's opening promised at least 10 more before closure, and their gains were considerable. Ling Han's eyes, strained from continuous use of the eye, began to ache, but vigilance never waned. "There's a massive figure ahead," he observed, rubbing his brow. "Could it be a demonic ape?" Helian Sunshui mused. She explained that the third floor harbored creatures resembling apes, yet these were likely the alternative dragon's fleas, grotesque monstrosities born from absorbing the dragon's blood. Ling Han's brow furrowed at the notion. A dragon reduced to hosting parasites, even one of such magnitude. Helian Sunshui elaborated. In its twilight years, the dragon's movements slowed, life fading breath by breath. Parasites feeding upon it during this decline was a natural, if bizarre, consequence. Just as the first floor bore the strange bloodworms, these were mutations of ancient origin. Ling Han's lips curved into a wry smile. The fleas had grown monstrous, some reaching 30 meters, guarding treasures of the long-dead dragon. Ahead, crouched upon a blood-red rock, deeper in hue than the surrounding stone, one such guardian waited, motionless. Helian Sunshui's eyes gleamed with anticipation. "Could this be the true dragon's bloodstone?" she whispered, her voice a mixture of excitement and reverence. The air thickened with tension, the weight of millennia pressing down upon them. Every step, every heartbeat carried the resonance of dragons long gone, and yet, in this hallowed, crimson chamber, Ling Han, Helian Sunshui, and Hu Nu pressed forward, undaunted, resolute, and ready to claim the treasures the ages had preserved. Beneath the jagged cliffs of the ghostly dragon cave, a treasure of unimaginable power lay nestled, glowing with a crimson hue that seemed to pulse with life itself. It was the true dragon's bloodstone, a fragment of a dragon's essence crystallized over eons, and the sheer magnitude of it dwarfed anything Ling Han or Helian Sunshui had ever seen. Though a fist-sized shard could rival a three-leafed dragon's bloodgrass in potency, this colossal slab before them radiated a majesty that defied comprehension. Both cultivators inhaled sharply, their hearts tightening in awe, for the treasure was a testament to a force both ancient and indomitable. Yet even as their gazes lingered, the air itself quivered with the presence of the guardian, a colossal flea, a creature that had long ascended to the shattering void tier. Its aura lay upon the cave like a heavy mist of steel, pressing down with a force that made the rare metal of their bodies feel brittle. Even at a distance, the oppressive weight of its power clawed at their skins, urging their bones to splinter under the strain. Ling Han could feel the beast's strength echoing that of the 15-eyed Corpse King, perhaps even matching the monstrous silver spider in the ancient mines of Fire Country. Any attempt to strike with the Ice Dragon Ground Blast formation would crumble instantly under its might. The dilemma was clear. The treasure lay within reach, yet the path was barred by an adversary beyond reckoning. Ling Han's mind raced, the calculations of strategy and survival spinning like the eye of a storm. Beside him, Hu Nu's boundless youthful energy surged. Unafraid of danger, she grasped his hand and tugged him forward. "Let's go! Let's go!" Her voice rang like the clarion of a fearless warrior. Ling Han's hand held hers firmly, restraining her. "We cannot. The presence here is too great. Our bodies would shatter before we even reach it." He glanced at the flea, its form barely stirring, yet every flicker of its aura promised instant annihilation. The Ice Dragon Ground Blast formation could no longer serve as a shield. The creature's power was too vast, too overwhelming. "But Niu is not afraid," the girl insisted, her feet barely touching the ground as she danced about. Her talent was uncanny. She had weathered poisons, fire, ice, and even the senses blockade of the heavenly Emperor of Thunder and Fire without a flinch. Yet, without the Black Tower to manipulate, even she could not hope to claim the Bloodstone. "I can draw it away," she offered boldly, eyes blazing with mischief and determination. Ling Han shook his head, his gaze unwavering. "No, this being rivals the 15-eyed Corpse King, perhaps the mightiest guardian of the ghostly dragon cave. You cannot outrun it." The cave itself seemed to hum in agreement, the heavy aura thickening around them. "Do not underestimate me." Hu Nu's voice was steel wrapped in silk, hands planted firmly on her hips. In a blink, she became lightning incarnate, vanishing and reappearing across the cavern in bursts of blinding speed. Ling Han and Helian Shunshui's eyes widened. Even the thunderclap ninth heaven could not match such velocity. Her body moved as if she were an extension of the storm itself. In an instant, she was back before them, floating lightly upon the air like a spirit. Ling Han nodded, admiration tempered with concern. Your speed rivals that of shattering void tier elites, yet even faster than expected. Then it is decided. Niu shall go. With a crisp nod, Hunyu leapt forward, her small form striking the space before the Flea King. "Stinky beast, come and catch Niu!" she called, her voice echoing against the stone walls. The Flea King's eyes half-lidded, its gaze barely touching the ant-like girl. Lazily, it resumed its slumber, a titan indifferent to an insect's challenge. Hunyu's face flushed with indignation. She scooped a crimson rock into her tiny hands, enveloped herself in its red hue, and hurled it like a blazing comet. Lightning danced along the rock's surface, the power of her thunderclap ninth heaven imbuing it with a deadly momentum. Before the rock could reach its mark, the Flea King's aura, a tangible force of shattering void tier potency, crushed it into shards midair. A flicker of irritation crossed its colossal form, and it lifted slightly, its eyes sweeping over Hunyu with a mixture of curiosity and boredom. The ant was safely beyond the range of lethal power. Attacking would be a waste. Lazily, it reclined, dismissing the intruder. Yet Hunyu was relentless. Rocks flew in a furious torrent, each shot augmented with lightning, their collisions causing the Flea King's massive body to twitch under the alien sensation. Though incapable of real harm, the repeated assaults stoked a growing fury within the beast. Finally, the Flea King rose in towering anger, a roar erupting like a celestial storm, its sound waves tearing rocks asunder in every direction. Hunyu grinned, undeterred, vaulting clear of the shockwave. "Ha! You're far from touching Niu, big stinky bug," she taunted, her laughter mingling with the thunderous echoes of battle. At last, the guardian surged toward her, massive limbs tearing through the air like rolling boulders. Ling Han, seizing the moment, advanced toward the true dragon's bloodstone. Each step was a struggle against the flea's oppressive presence. The air itself seemed to slice at his skin, tearing at flesh and bone. Blood blossomed across him, vessels threatening to rupture under the force. "Ling Han!" Helian Shunshui's voice pierced through the tumult, her hands grasping his arm in concern. He shook his head, determination blazing. "You head into the Black Tower first. I will proceed alone." He maneuvered her gently yet firmly toward the tower, a sanctuary amidst the storm of aura. Unfurling the ice dragon ground blast formation, Ling Han discovered its limitations. It could not resist the shattering void tier's omnipresent aura, but it sufficed to mitigate residual pressure. The spectral dragon hovered above him, yet even its might was insufficient to fully shield him from the oppressive force pressing down like an iron tide. Furious yet resolute, Ling Han stored the formation and pressed onward. Pa, pa, pa. The sound of flesh and sinew straining under pressure rang through the cavern. Blood spilled freely, but each step forged him closer to the precipice of his own cultivation. Channeling the indestructible heaven's scroll, he stabilized his form, bones knitting, blood renewed, though the overwhelming aura still bent his body toward the breaking point. "This is the trial I need," he murmured inwardly. "Under this weight, the sword heart, barely born, may finally awaken." Each pulse of pain, each shudder of his bones, nurtured the nascent power within. The sword heart, a gem of shattering void tier potential, stirred, readying to emerge from its cocoon. Ling Han's gaze shone with unwavering resolve. Each step was a testament to courage, each breath a vow to claim the treasure that awaited at the heart of this storm. Bloodied yet undaunted, he advanced, the true dragon's bloodstone awaiting beyond. The Flea King's gaze distant but ever threatening. The battle between mortal will and shattering void power had begun, and only the fearless could emerge to seize destiny.